this is our second year here. Great venue. Last year was the first year, and got lucky enough to pull off a win last year, and wasn't sure I was going to be able to do it this year. The conditions were a little bit tougher, but probably a little tougher competition as well. The water was rough from the wind. The bike, we just thought we'd get a tailwind in there somewhere, but just never seemed like it ever happened. It seemed like it was always on our face, the way it kind of came around. Figured for sure the sun would come out as soon as we started to run, and sure enough it did. So it got hot, and ended up having lots of good cheers on the run to help push me through it, because it was tough.
Where were you in each place-wise? Do you know, like kind of swim?
Came out of the water second. I think right behind the guy that got second, and I passed him on the bike and held the lead on the bike, and was just able to fend off the lead on the run. I knew they were back there somewhere.
How have you done this year? Have you won any other races?
No other triathlons. I've only done a few. 7th is my best place finish at the Muncie Duathlon. I won the ride across Indiana, which was a 160-mile bike ride. Just a few weeks ago, and heading off to Ironman, Wisconsin here in 3 weeks. So kind of a good testing ground. Got one more week of hard training, and then we'll start coming down.
This was a warm up for that then?
Well, a little more than a warm up, but yeah, it was good timing for that event.
Just today overall, was there something that went well for you that kind of helped you, or?
It was just really pretty consistent. Can't say the swim was magnificent. The bike was good. And the run was definitely the most difficult for me. I mean, it's definitely my hardest. Ended up running into some friends out there, and kind of giving me some pushes and keeping me going. So that always helps.
How would your race go for you today?
Well, actually, I thought my swim was slow, but I didn't have any problems in the water. It seemed like I was hoping to go under 30, but I was around 33 coming out of the water. And then I had one of my fastest bike times I've ever had in a half in the 56 miles. It was around 240, like between 240 and 245. And then, so I was leading the race out of the water, and then I was leading off the bike, and at like the first turnaround down the run, I realized I had a pretty big lead over the second woman, so I just kind of coasted the rest of the time. I didn't push it. There was nothing to push it for, so I don't know what my final time was in the half marathon, but it's probably not one of my better times. But it was hot. I was trying to load up on salt because it got really hot on the run. But it's a great course. I mean, it was a lot of fun.
Have you run this race before?
Not this course. Yeah, no. This is the first time I've done this one. I'm getting ready to do the Clearwater 70.3 World Championship in November, so this is kind of a gauge where I am race. So we'll see. I have one more half in September, and then I'll do Clearwater, which is another half. So.
Have you been running these for a long time?
Triathlons?
Yeah.
Well, since I did 2001, I started doing triathlons after 10 years of marathon running. I kind of went as far as I could as a marathon runner. I made it to the Olympic trials, and that was kind of the end of my marathoning because I kept getting stress fractures. So I decided, I was a swimmer in college and high school, so I started doing triathlons. I bought a bike. I fell in love with the sport, and then 2001, 2002, 2003, I was doing pretty well. I was actually considering maybe going pro, and then I got hit by a car in 2003. So I took like 5 years off, and I kind of made a comeback in 2008. So this is kind of my third year of racing since then.
What injuries did you suffer?
I had a closed head trauma and several herniated discs in my neck, but no broken bones. But I couldn't swim for a long time, and you can't do anything when you have bleeding in your brain, so I just kind of lost a lot of my muscle kind of just disappeared, and I was at the top of my game when that happened, and I just felt like, and kind of went into a hole for 5 years. So, but now I'm back and I'm enjoying it. I'm 45. I mean, I'm not really going to be as fast as I used to be, but now it's kind of more for fun. My husband we get to go to all these cool places.